computer, that's what you use.
Okay. It's in progress. It's recorded.
So I think we're waiting for everybody to join.
My screen don't disappear. I know the same ago.
I'm seeing it.
Okay.
You join.
I'm meeting after Max. What are you doing? Eh?
No, I'm not.
À ń ṣe meeting ẹ̀ ọ̀nà tí ìṣòro wò lè ṣe ẹjọ́ meeting ẹ̀ wá báwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ irọ́ wò lè jẹ́ ẹ kọ́ ń bẹ̀ kí ló ṣe ẹ wá báwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó fẹ́ sanwó iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe these are the people that will pay the money of the work you are doing. Ẹ wá join gbogbo yín wá sí meeting ẹ̀ pípọ̀ dé.
The passport man like that.
Go to ṣe kúkú gbogbo owó yóò kúkú mọ̀ wọ́n náà ṣe. Wọ́n béèrè meeting invitation gbà tí party ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Lórí ẹ̀wà àti búrẹ́dì náà. Ẹ̀rọ àti
Ṣé
búrẹ́dì.
wàá ní kó sọ fún òun pé tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ kí ni kan sọ fún ààrẹ ìsàrò náà sí ìlú? Ṣé wà ń bẹ̀ ṣá? Wọ́n máa kọ́ nígbà tí research department ń ṣe.
Carol we is here. Okay. Yinka
Why can't I
Mahmoud.
click on this and take me to the meeting now?
Click on it. Oh, okay, go ahead. Link it.
Huh?
Link it. Copy it and put it in the browser to go.
It's not even copying. I didn't mean it's copying.
Copy, just highlight now.
Yeah, when? I don't attend them. I did not attend them. When was that?
Okay.
Why I'm chopping
Okay,
beans and
no.
bread.
I'm not attending.
Osoba,
Yes.
mute your mic. The noise is too much there.
I didn't get it. I didn't attend.
You can mute everybody from your side.
I mean, before that, then I mean, wow, is it not so easy here?
The only one like there for now.
For me, I think. But I'm not seeing this thing right now. I know. My own.
Okay, don't shoot ball.
Why do you mute everybody? Okay.
now see, you can stop them from promoting themselves.
Okay.
So later, you now allow them again.
How do you now mute off? You still press this one. And I said, allow to unmute. I say yes. Have we?
Click on the lens. It's all on mute. It's only mute on mute. Okay, ask all to mute. You understand?
Let unmute them first.
You cannot, there's no option for muting and they ask you.
Okay, then see they want to talk. Only we see the now. Okay. Hello. Hi. Yeah. We will give like 10 minutes to allow others to onboard, then we can kick it. This is 2 minutes past 1. I would just want us to stay like maybe like 1:10, then we can start. Okay. Yeah, who is on this Techno F1? Can you unmute yourself? Techno F1, who is there? Okay.
BME is online.
Oh, BME, but I've seen you, but there's another Techno F1.
I don't know when I put their name for their device. And then keep talking.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello, Oga Daniel Sewa. Good afternoon. Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon. We are taking off by 1:10. I just want to give other people the grace to onboard before we kick off. Once it is 1:10, we will start. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you unmute yourself and talk so that I know that you are hearing me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So let us quickly have a look at what we are here, and probably when others begin to come, maybe the room will be getting bigger. Before we go to experience the way the market is, there are things that we also want us to understand so that we're better informed as we trade in the market. So I want us to quickly have an overview of what actually happens as far as the trading machine is concerned. But I will not bore you with most of the details that you don't want. In this slide, what I want you to go to look at is the trading model. We are going to talk about price, cross, and time priority. What this one means that if you are queuing your order, the machine will look at the price, we look at the time that you are putting in the order, and we look at whether you are doing a crossing or not. For example, if two of us are queuing for a particular stock at the same price, the machine will look at who came first. That is the time priority, and it is measured in nanoseconds. But if I want to be higher than, if it's a stock that is, I know that I want to buy, and I want to get it faster than the other person, all I needed to do is to increase my price. By the time I increase my price, my order will not be above the other person that actually were competing. So the first thing that the market will consider is your price. If your price is higher than any price that was in the market before you came in, the market will queue it, will put it in a position that you either get it to buy or you get it to sell easily. Then, and like I've talked about time priority, you also look at if the prices are the same, the market will now use time. Cross priority is that if two people in the same organization, like Global Blue Capital Limited, want to buy, one want to buy and one want to sell at the same price, the machine will consider the two people in the out first before it consider any other person in the market. For example, Owando has been on the orbit, and let's say that on Wednesday, that one client in our firm want to buy and another want to sell at the same price. Even when it's in the list that at the bottom of the queue, the market will quietly cross it to that person because they are from the same house. That is the cross priority. This explicit and implicit crossing, I don't think that you actually need to know much of it, but only what it does tell you is that explicit, that you are doing it expressly. That means you want to do the crossing. Like the word I've just explained, that is implicit crossing. You really did not want to do the crossing, but the machine went ahead and do the crossing for you. This is the trading schedule for the NSC. You will not be able, as traders on the order management system, which is the fixed, like the one that Global View Capital Limited is putting at your disposal, you will not be able to experience the pre-open. As at the pre-open, you will not be able to enter the market. Between the pre-open and the pre-open balance, which is from 9:30 to 10 a.m., you will not be able to do anything. All you just need to do is to wait until continuous trading, which is 10 a.m. Between 10 a.m. and 2:20 p.m., you can actually put in your trade, you can put in your order, you can amend, you can withdraw your order. I just brought this one so that we know from 2:20 to 2:25 is the pre-close, which you will also not be able to participate. You will also not be able to participate in the pre-close imbalance. All you just do is you'll be able to do all your activity between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2:20 p.m. on daily basis. Yes, dividend chronological dates has actually been a kind of worry to some people. They don't really understand it. To make it clear, peradventure that as we speak, that a company releases its results to the Nigerian Stock Exchange and it has declared a dividend of 2 naira. Automatically, that day is a dividend declaration date. And immediately, the stock begin to trade cum div. What we mean by div is a stock whose price is trading plus the dividend, which means that the management of the organization has declared a dividend. So it will now be trading cum div. And the management will also go ahead and set a date at which will be the last day that that stock is going to trade cum div. That date is called qualification date. Qualification date is the day that the stock will trade cum div, the last day it will trade cum div. What qualification date means is that if you do not buy as before or as at that day, you will not be qualified for the dividend. Then the next day is the closure of register day. Let me explain it that for each stock that you buy, CSCS will send the record of that day to the registrar. to update their records. So what it therefore means that the CSCS, the registrar will close the register as at the closure date, which means that names will not be added into the registrar and names will not be removed from the registrar. What they do this is to determine which people that are qualified for the dividend. So that is the closure date. While the registrar are doing the closure date, the machine and the Nigerian Stock Exchange and doing what they call markdown. Markdown is that they are removing that portion of the dividend from the price of that stock. Markdown is when they remove the price, the dividend that was declared from the price of that stock. That is the markdown. And immediately that price, the dividend is removed from that price, that stock begins to trade ex-div. That means it's not, the price is not traded without the dividend because the dividend has been removed. And in that same order, the issuer or the organization paid the dividend would have issued a date for the annual general meeting. It is on at the annual general meeting that the shareholders will vote to confirm the dividend that was declared by the firm. The payment day is actually the day you are going to get alert. We know that there's no longer dividend warrant. What you need to do is to do your e-dividend mandate to your registrar. As at the day of payment, you get alert in the account that you have chosen to receive that dividend. What I just put here is a graphical example of the dividend declaration. You can see that if you look up, you will see the small example there that assuming the Zenith Bank PLC announced on the 14th of June 2021 that 270 kobo will be paid to subscriber whose name is on the register as at means that will be the qualification as at 18th of June 2021. The payment will be made on the 30th of June 2021. So what it does mean that on the announcement day is on the 14th. The qualification, that is what they said, who's on the register as at 18th of June. So if you are not a position holder in this stock, all you need to do is to make sure that you buy within this stipulated time. That you have to buy either on the 18th or before on the 18th to be qualified for that dividend. On the 19th is the closure of register. Like I said, the registrar will close the register. That even when you buy that day, your name will not appear on the register. Therefore, they cannot profile you to receive the dividend. And on the same day, the machine will remove that quantum of dividend that was paid from the price of that stock. Of course, the payment day, and that one would have been, it will be put there on the day of the declaration of the dividend. Please, if you have questions, just put it on the chat. I will come back to it while I'm talking. Any question you have, just put it on the chat. I will get back to it while I'm talking. And these are the type of trades execution. But when we get to the market, we will see when you invoke the buy or the sell order, you either do your order at market order or at limit order. Market order means that you want the machine to sell for you at the best market price that is available. Whether you are buying, whether you are selling, you want the market to execute it for you at the best market price. But if you put limit order, that means you are telling the machine that this is the amount at which I want you to buy it for me. The imbalance order, you will not be able to do it. The private orders will not be able to do it. This is basically for those people that are using the agent, but for the market orders and the limit order, you'll be able to do, and we'll talk about it when we actually get to the market properly. We will be able, this goods till date, I think we'll be, these are the order validity. The first part actually may not concern you because you may not be able to do it, but for order validity, if you just fill your order and send to the market, that means it's for the day. The moment the market closes, your order will be discarded, will be killed. But if you look at good till date, the machine will allow you to leave your order on the machine for as long as you want it, provided the price, your price fall within the price range of the day. For every day, the machine will queue your order for you. I will display it when we get to the real market. Now, one of the things that gets some people confused too is the price movement and the tick size. On the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, we have a classification of prices. We have the high cap, we have the medium cap, and we have the low cap. The high cap are stocks that are trading equals to or greater than 100 naira. For every stock that is trading over 100 naira is considered as high cap. For any stock that is trading between 5 naira and below 100 naira is classified as middle cap, and any other one that is below 5 naira is low cap. And what they mean by tick, that is by what movement that do they move. That is, if they want to change price, if you want to make an order and you want to be at the top of the next person, by what size? Like what they call tick. Tick in Nigeria is equals to a kobo. That is the smallest movement in the price of a stock, which means that for ICAP, the smallest movement for the price of ICAP is 10, which is 10 kobo. Assuming that a stock like Nestle that is trading 1,300 naira, you want to quote higher than 1,300 naira, it must have to be 1,310, 1,320, 1,330. If you don't do it up to 10 kobo, the machine will not take it. First of all, you have to know exactly what you are doing. Are you trading in a high cap stock? Are you trading in a middle cap stock? Or are you trading in a low cap stock? Then the middle cap, which is from 5 naira to 10 naira, have a tick size of 5 kobo. That means if you want to bid for a stock that is trading 80 naira, you can bid for 80 naira 5 kobo, 80 naira 10 kobo. You can't bid for 80 naira 6 kobo. You cannot trade for it. You can't bid for 80 naira 7 kobo. It has to be 5 kobo movement. Then the low cap, which is below 5 naira, the tick size is 1. That you can put for 20 kobo, 21 kobo, 22 kobo, 23 kobo, 24 kobo, and thereabout. And this transition between groups, that what I'm trying to tell here is that stocks are not permanently on this classification, maybe because of their prices. There are times that high cap stock will fall to middle cap stock. There are times that middle cap stock will classify to low cap stock and vice versa. And what actually happens when a high cap stock, which is supposed to trade over 100 naira, begin to trade below 100 naira, let's say 90 naira, and it does that for a period of 6 months, the Nigerian Stock Exchange will collect the prices at which it trades every day. But if it consistently trades below 100 naira for 3 consecutive months within that 6 months, they will be forced to reclassify it as a middle cap stock. If a stock that is a low cap, which is trading less than 5 naira, maybe there is news in the market and suddenly the stock is trading above 5 naira, 5 naira 10 kobo, 5 naira 30 kobo, just like that. The Nigerian Stock Exchange will watch it for a period of 6 months. If it trades consecutively over 5 naira for 30 days, 3 months out of that 6 months, Nigerian Stock Exchange will classify it back to middle cap stock. As it's moving to middle cap stock, the tick size will change from 1 kobo to 5 kobo. If a stock is reclassified from middle cap to high cap, the tick size also goes with it from 5 kobo to 10 kobo. The limit up, limit down, what I try to mean there is that for every day, the stock will be allowed to fall 10%. I will be allowed to gain 10%, which means that for a day, the stock cannot lose more than 10%. The stock cannot gain more than 10%. That is that. The index circuit breaker. It is believed that there are news, whether from the market or outside the market, that might actually either positively affect the market or negatively affect the market. Therefore, the machine has been built with a circuit breaker that if the index gains 5% a day before 1:30, 5% or above 5% a day before 1:30, the machine will shut down itself for another 30 minutes. What it therefore means that something would have happened, which has generated irrational pricing. The machine will shut down for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it will boot back again. But if the machine gain another 5%, I'm making 10% for a day, and the machine shuts down, it shuts down for the day. That means the market has closed for that day. If it loses 5%, the same thing, the machine will shut down for 30 minutes to allow a market participant to go and actually think whether this direction, whether it is losing or gaining. Is it actually, is it information based or is just emotion? So that is that for circuit breaker. Then we have classification of boards in the market. We have the premium board, we have the main board, we have the growth board, we have the ASEN, then we have the rates and the closed-end fund. If you actually sign on to the market, you will see all this board. So that we concentrate on what we are doing. What we actually would have be of concern to you is this premium board, main board, growth board, and the ASEN board. The growth board is a splinter from ASEN. ASEN is called Alternative Security Market. It's for medium, small and medium scale enterprises who want to take advantage of the capital market. And primarily why stocks come to the primary market, to the secondary market, especially in this, on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, to give them the enablement to be able to raise funds. So the difference between ASM and group board, because the group board have what they call designated advisors, which means a stockbroking firm, a stockbroking house has been attached to them who give them advice on anything that they do. The main board has actually been main board before the premium board came in. Our premium board was designed for stocks that Nigerian Stock Exchange believe that have got it to its threshold. I think what we have then should be about 7. We have Dangote Cement, we have Access, we have First Bank, we have MTN, we have Seplat, we have WAPCO and Zenith. Those are the ones that are there. There are a qualification that bring them there. But you look at it that it actually might not be, the qualification of a premium board might not actually put them at the head of order, because you can see that GTco is not here, Nestle is not here, and Boa Cement is not here. It does not mean that they didn't qualify or they don't possess those qualities that make them to be on the premium board. Maybe they did not elect to do that. But when you are, I believe if you put your attention on stocks that are listed on the premium board, they will not leave you dry. We used to say it when we talk to people like this, that if you must have to make mistake with stocks that are on the premium board. Yes, they might look down today, but definitely on the long run, they will not leave you dry. The qualification of stocks, you will discover that even on the price list, stocks are qualified. You'll see, if you look at Oando, they will put MRF. What Nigerian Stock Exchange wants you to do is to understand exactly what is happening within the organization, will put you at a better position to have informed investment decision. When a stock is active, that means there's no issue. They meet their regulatory filing, quarterly regulatory filing, and they bring information to the market. One of the things that stocks that are listed on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange will do is that they will sign undertaking that they will bring to the market information, price-sensitive information to the market, so that everybody will be on the level playing field. If a director is buying the shares of a company, it is the company will deem it fit to tell the market that a director has bought so unit of their shares and how much. Suspended, like we saw that at a particular point in time, Mwando was suspended. If there is any market activities, especially the one that the Nigerian Stock Exchange know that is going to affect the price of the company, either positively or negatively, that stock will be put on suspension. We saw it during the recapitalization of most of these insurance companies, especially when they were doing their financial re-engineering. One of those qualifications is the BLS, which is below listing standard. If you have missed a filing, this is July. Like today, if you check, you see that there is a barrage of a release of a second quarter results to the market. All what they are trying to do is to make sure that they meet their filings. After today, maybe by Monday, that means that you have missed a filing. This Nigerian Stock Exchange app can go ahead and qualify your stock as BLS, which means that you are below listing standard. And if there's an information in your organization and which you have refused to release to the market, you are also below listing standard. MROS means you have missed regulatory filing. You have not filed your quarter result, or you have not filed your quarter four result. DWL, that means the listing watch list. And one of the things that the Nigerian Stock Exchange do is that when you are falling below, you have missed regulatory filing, or you are below listing standard, they will reach out to you and they want to find out what are the things. Why are you not rendering your quarterly and your yearly result? Why are you not releasing information to the market? If after a while you have not actually come out with a reason and you are still not doing it, they will put you on the listing watch list. Still trying to see whether you will repent and begin to release information to the market. And if the condition deteriorates worse than that, then they put them on the listing in progress. That means they will be looking for, still in talks with the issuer, but with a view of delisting that stock from the market. The AWR awaiting regulatory approval. Like I said just now, this is today is the last trading day of the month of July. July is the moratorium period that they give to companies that their year end, their quarter end is June 30. They give them 1 month to file their second quarter result. But we know that the banks still have a regulator, especially the CBN, while the insurance has a regulator, which they will also file their report with. Why their report is with them, then the NSC will qualify you as AWR, that you are awaiting regulatory approval. We saw last week that Zenith wrote that they have considered their second quarter and they have even declared dividend, which they cannot say, but they have sent the results to CBN. Such a stock is they can be qualified as awaiting regulatory approval, which means they have done what they are supposed to do, but their result is with their regulators. ROS, that means they are restructuring. If there's any restructuring in the organization, the NSA would qualify it as ROST. BMF, below listing standard and missed regulation. That is 2 in 1. That is, they have not, which means they are not releasing their result and they are not bringing to the market the information that they ought to bring to the market. BA below listing standard and awaiting regulatory approval, which means that they are below listing standard, but they have sent their result to their regulators. They are waiting regulatory approval. BROS below listing standard and restructuring. MROS means regulatory filing and restructuring, like that. So what I will want us to do now, maybe I will look at the question first. Let me answer the question. We'll go straight to the market and go and have a feel how the market look at. But let me first of all check whether there are questions on the chat. There is no question, it was just salutation. So I will go straight away to this. When you log on to a Global View Login Business Suite, this is exactly what you are going to see. This is my personal page. The moment you press sign in, the system will send you an OTP. Excuse me, I'm waiting for my OTP. The system will send you OTP. But there have been a lot of complaints that people say that they are not seeing their OTP. Why they may not be seeing their OTP is that it may have entered a spam. So what you do that the moment the machine said the one-time OTP have been sent to your email, please go to your email and you can check your spam if it has been sent and you have not seen it, because the machine will not hesitate by sending your OTP to you as appropriate. I have gotten my own and I'm putting it in. Then you verify. It will take you to the home page. I hope all of us are seeing it. This is the dashboard. What the dashboard will show you is your portfolio account summary. You can see what I have here. I have most of it is in equities. That is why you can see that it's blue. You can see the legend. We have equity, you have cash, which means I have small cash. If you actually look at the details, you can see that my cash is 7,624, but my equity is 947,000. And it's telling me here that 99.2% of my portfolio is equities, while about 0.8% of it is cash. If you look to your left, you can see the top gainers. This what we are looking at here is real-time online. As the prices are changing, the value of my portfolio is changing. The prices you are seeing, this top gainer you are seeing, Transcorp has gained 102 today, about 9.68%. Ikeja Hotel is 130 kobo, it has gained 9.24%. This is real-time online. That if peradventure there's any reason that Champion is really turned around now, it will disappear from here because it has lost what it's supposed to be. So these are the top gainers and these are the top losers. And here is the currency rate that is available as we speak. This is the dashboard. This is exactly what you are going to first of all see. Then if you go to trades, you will see trades. If you click on it, this is what you are going to get. This is where you can put in your order. But before I put in my order, I want us to go to the market watch. Let us go and see the market. Just a minute, why is putting? Let me go back to this. I will show you that one currently. If you look at it, you will see buy. There is a drop down on that buy. When you click on it, you see whether you want to buy, or you can see there's either a buy or a sell. And one of the things you should understand is that the machine is displaying this your home page for you. This customer number and this CSL number are not editable except you have more than one account. If you have more than one CSS account domiciled with Global Bio Capital Limited, that is when you can change it. You know, say that when you click on it, it will have another, it will have a drop down. Assuming I have more than one CSS, it will have a drop down. I will bring that CSS, I will click on it. That means it's that CSS I want to buy into. And if you go further, you will see a small summary of my portfolio holding by the right. This is Owando. I have, what is the machine is trying to tell me, I have 174,000 units of Owando. The market value as we speak is 852,000. It has just changed by 0.46%, which means the price at which I bought it has increased by 0.46%. And when you look down, you see Union Bank, I have 42,400, which the value is 277,000, which means the price of Union Bank has dropped below what I bought it. So it showed me that it has lost 2.25%. Then this is my total market value, 1,130,000. The total change has just been a drop. Why that is why it's showing red, a negative of 0.22%. Now, when you look at it, let us buy. You can see I will select the buy. Then you go to the symbol. Symbol means which stock do you want to buy. When you click on it, you can see that we bring out a number of stocks. Then let's say we want to do Zenith. When you type Z, it will bring out Zenith. This is Zenith that you want to buy. And you can see that the moment I put in Zenith, it will bring the top bids to my right and the top offer to my right. What it's trying to tell me now is that 6 people want to buy Zenith at 24 naira 60 kobo. The total is 170,000. 2 people want to buy Zenith at 24 naira 55 kobo. The total of that is 100,000. These are the top 5 bids, and these are the top 5 offer. Why is it bringing this one? If I click on it and say market, if I say market, it's going to, because I'm buying, it's going to buy from this 24.65 for me. But if I don't, you can see that this 24.60, this is 24.65. If I want to queue among this 24.60, I will use limit order. I will now put 24.60. But if I choose market, the machine will go ahead and buy for me at 24.65. So this is the need I want to buy. The quantity, let me put 100. If you have any other instruction that you want to give, you can put it here. But if not, you can see that I'm choosing market order. Here you can either choose limit order or market order. For the purpose of this, I don't want it to go and I want to see it executed. So I will leave it at the market order. I hope we are all following. Then you can preview your order. You preview your order. It will tell you exactly what you want. First of all, we show balance available for purchases, which was the cash in my account. What do you want to buy? Zenith. What is the order type? Market. I did not choose limit. Quantity 100. Assume that I put instruction, you will have displayed the instruction. At this point, you can either submit your order or you cancel your order. If I click submit, it's going to execute. If I click cancel, if there's any reason why I don't want to go ahead, I will click cancel, but I'm going to click submit. You can see it has brought a reply to me. Said the trade has been successfully placed. That means it has been sent to the market. The order that have put, the trade that have put, has successfully been taken to the market. I will say, okay. What this one means, somebody out of mute yourself. Or Alonge, please, can you mute your phone, yourself, so that will not disturb us. This is a create a trigger for Zenith Bank. What this one means that if you put on a limit, we saw just now that the bid was 24 naira 60 kobo, while the offer was 24 naira 65 kobo. Assuming I don't want to buy from any of whether the price is the best offer and the best bid, I want to buy at 24.50. I will put limits. I put 24.50. Come and create a price trigger. I will put the 24.50 as a price trigger, or 24.45. What this one will tell you, the machine will inform me if that 24.50 has been met, because I'm not going to stay put at Zenith throughout the day. After queuing this order for Zenith, I will go and queue another order. But while you are doing that, if your order has been executed, or if the price that you put as price trigger has been met, the machine will let you know, will inform you that that price will be met. That is the reason for this create the price trigger for them. If I say okay, because okay, this one is an old one. You can see it's a price trigger as Zenith Bank 24.70. Then you can trace your price by price. You can put your note so that what the note is telling you, if I left it at 24.70, the moment the price I got it to 24.70, the machine will trigger me and tell me that this is exactly what is happening in Zenith. I hope we are all on the same page. Then trade history. What it will tell you, if you understand the workability of this system, you do not need to call your broker at any particular point in time, because everything that you are looking for here, you will get it. Your account balance is here. The value of your portfolio is here. You can trade, you can buy, and you can sell yourself here. The only thing that you don't need to do is when you want to collect money, then you can now send the message to the office. You can see executed trade. What it's just trying to tell me that from the session, you can see it from the session of my account. The machine is telling me all I have bought, all I have sold since I opened that account. So if you open your account and you are trading on the system, this is how it will tell you. It will tell you, you can see these ones were back. When I sold them on this 21st of January 2019 down to today. So that is how good the machine is. And you can see the top, Zenith Bank, the 100 units have just bought. It's there at 24.65. It has done means it has been executed. The 100 units are bought and sent for 30th of July 2021. It has just been bought at 24.75. So once you have this, and you can filter what you want to see. These are executed orders. If you want to see open order, you click to open order. It will tell you open order. You can see the open order I have. It's a Union Bank. You will ask whether you want to cancel it. You can cancel and open order. Then you can also filter it to rejected order. Do you have rejected order? It will show that there are no rejected order. Then you can filter it to show your cancel orders. So it's something that you use to monitor exactly what you are doing. You can see this one. These are orders that have canceled while I was using this machine. So that is that for trade history. Then portfolio transaction. Buy and sell transaction as at 30th of July 2021. You can actually also select this one too, whether you want all the transaction or you want transaction per sector. If you say financial sector, you only bring all the transactions that you do in financial sector. If you say per stock, you give all the transaction for a stock. You can see that what it now did was to aggregate all the transaction per stock instead of bringing everything to you. And you look at this summary and the value. Total cost 1.1 million, total fee. This will tell you what you have done. Total cost was 1.135. Total fee I have paid for 17,000. Total market value is 1.13 million. Total gains to loss is 2,550. So we saw this at the beginning of the day because my Then total gains to loss is 0.23%. I hope you are hearing me.
Yes, we can.
If you want to watch, do your contract notes. That's why I said, if you have this, you do not need to call the office. You can see the Zenith above just now. This is the contract note. 30th July 2020, stock, Zenith Bank, quantity, 100 units, price, 24.65. This is the consideration. SEC fee, 7.40 kobo. Stamp fee, 1.97 kobo. Commission, 33.20. VAT, 2.50 kobo. CSS fee is all all encompassing. That the moment you trade, you want to know what exactly that costs you. The amount was 2,465, but the total amount that will be debited to your account is 2,514.44. It tells you how it was arrived at. So that is that for contract notes. Then this is market research. Which is this is also on online real time. You can see that it shows you the all-share index. This is the all-share index, just the way you see it on the NSE website. These are the news as they enter the market. Like as we say now, you can, like I told you, Okomo just released the result of the market. The way that we are seeing it on the agent, that is the way that you will also be seeing it. So the moment it is beamed to the agent, you also will see it. You can look at it. This was what was released from Okomo today. Fantastic results. You can see the turnover from 30 billion to 23 billion. You can see the profit after tax rising from 4 billion to 9 billion. And you can see the earning per share rising from 4 naira 20 kobo to 10 naira. It was massive. So as the way they get this report on the agent, that is the way you will be getting it too as you are trading. So this is the market, like I've told you. You can see the one that has red, which means they are losing. The one that have green, which means they are gaining. The one that are just blank, which means that their prices have not changed for today. If you go down, you see a monitor. This is a monitor. What it will tell you that if you click any of the price, let us go and click on, let's say, UPDC. If you go down, I think it's booting. While we are waiting for that, if you look at your right, this is the ticker tape. We call it the waterfall. It's telling you the whole transaction on the market. Separate have just been bought. That is what it's telling you. You can see as it's trading, it will be telling you the trades as the trades are going. You can see from Seplat to Zenith to Japan Gold. This is called the water ticket. You can see this not GT code. As the trades are being consummated, to be showing it here for you. Yeah, this is for, can see I click on Transcorp. I click on Transcorp, you can see that this left-hand side is the bid, while the right-hand side are the offer. What it's just trying to tell you is that Transcorp will soon go on bid. See the number of offer that is available and look at the number of bids that are available. What do we mean by bid, by the way? Bid are those people that want to buy, while offer is those people that want to sell. And also because Transcorp result was very fantastic, you can see that it has more bid than the offer. If you look at this small that look like capsule, you can see that it has 98.05% of the figures for bid and have 1.95% for offer. So here you can gauge exactly what is happening to a stock in the market. And without going to look at what you going to UB, you can see what UB is doing. UB is, they are buying UB at 760. You can see the volume, you can see the amount, you can see the time. This is 157.10. These things are done in nanoseconds, and they are displayed here as the market is going. As the market is going, this is real time online. And from here, from the research, you can go to the most traded stock. You can look at price lists. You can look at market snapshot. You can look at other research and analytics. You can view dividend yield over a period of time. Let me see what the comments are. The screen is not frozen, though. My screen is not frozen. Maybe I'm not sure my screen is frozen. The person should check exactly what is happening there. Then the support, make requests. Like I said, if you log on onto this platform, the only time that you need to consult the office is when you want to make withdrawal by making a request. To put in exactly what you want, you put your message. You want to submit, we will receive it here at the back end. But except you want to withdraw, if you actually know the nitty-gritty and the nuances of this machine, you really do not need to call anybody, because if you make deposit, our bank will make us understand that you have made deposit, and your account will be credited accordingly. But what I want us to know now is that the machine is so designed that you cannot buy more than the money that you have in your account. If you have 100,000 naira in your account, and you are putting on a trade that is 1,001 naira, it will not go. Because as you are putting a trade, the machine is marking it up for you immediately. You know exactly what you are going to do. So you will not be able to buy more than the amount that you have in your account. And the other one is that the Nigerian Stock Exchange does not allow anybody to sell 1 unit of a stock that you don't have. So you cannot actually put in a stock. You can't sell a stock that you don't have. The only reason where you can buy a stock that you don't have is what they call security lending. That is a different arrangement. Even before you sell it, it will be moved to your position. What is security lending? Security lending is when you believe or when you see an opportunity and you think that you can take advantage of. You can go and borrow security from security lending agent, sell, and return after you have the deal done. You have stipulated the time limit where you are going to return. Let me take an example. Recently, we discovered that Owando reconciled with SEC, which is the regulator, and they sent it to the market. And we know that the moment that news hit the market, that the price of Owando will be on the upbeat, and actually it was on the upbeat. Assuming that you want to benefit from the security lending, all you needed to do was to go and borrow Owando from the people that want to lend Owando. It is not done as per price. The man that is lending it does not mind how much is it. You borrow 20,000 units of Owando from me, you are returning 20,000 of Owando to me. How much you sell it is not the problem. But when you borrow the 20,000 units, there is a big fee attached to it. Once you are able to pay that fee and return the 20,000 units of Owando and the expiration date, no wahala. If anybody has borrowed 20,000 units of Owando, sell yesterday and 5 naira 78 kobo, and able to buy it back at 4 naira 75 kobo, and return to the lender, you are in profit. But it has its own downside. Assuming you sell at 5 naira 78 kobo, and the price of Owando refuses to come down, instead of you believing that you come down, price of Owando is now 10 naira. The man that lends you the Owando is not asking for Owando at 5 naira 78 kobo or 10 naira. What he simply wants from you is 20,000 units of Owando. How much you are going to buy is actually not a problem. Another thing I want us to look at is that when you want to profit in this market, you have to be information savvy. Seriously information savvy, because the market is information driven. And we have specific information and we have generic information that affect the market. If peradventure at the end of today we hear that the rates in the money market has crashed, that means that money is coming back to flow to the market, and the market will be poised for a rally. But the specific information are those information that affect individual stocks, like the one we just discussed about Owando. And see the release result from transport. It was another massive result from a loss to a super profit. That is a specific information. Look at the one that happened to Okomo Oil, from 4 naira 20 kobo any per share to 10 naira. That is specific information. You have to be the first person to get it. So you have to be information savvy. And again, you have to balance your greed and fear. I have situations where I will give people a lead of what to buy. And you have taken position. The price has gone 20%, the price has gone 30%, and I will even call them, please sell. And the question they ask you, what if you go higher than that? Peradventure that you go to sleep and a negative information hits that stock overnight, you're going to sell it lower than you have sold it. So what you do is to balance your greed and fear. And again, I normally advise people, if you want to go into this market, set your investment objectives. This stock you want to go into, what percentage do you think that you can go out with that will be sufficient? If it is 50% and you have gotten to 50%, please exit. If you exit the stock, let it do 100%. There are opportunities in this market every day. As we wake up every day, opportunity surfaces. 2 weeks ago, nobody will advise anybody to go and buy Owando and you hit to it. Owando was trading 3 naira, 20 kobo, 2 naira 97 kobo. But the information has not hit Owando. If anybody have taken position in Owando at 2 naira 97 kobo, 3 naira, and is cashing out at 5 naira yesterday, 5 naira 26 kobo, 5 naira 73 kobo, that would have been massive. But I believe you me, a number of people would have still been caught in that circle, who would have actually bought the stock at 2 naira 97 kobo, and they would be expecting it to get to 9 naira. So when it was even doing 5 naira kobo yesterday, they will not exit until they come to 475. So you set out your objective. At what particular point in time do I want to exit? The other one is you also set stop loss. There is no rocket science to it. You can do all analysis in this world. You should understand that if your thinking is in sync with the market thinking, you will be a champion. But it's not always that your thinking will be in sync with the market. You can think that this is the way it is go, and the market will go another way. The moment the thinking of the market is not going to your thinking, what do? You cut your losses. You can tell yourself, since a stock have the potential of losing 10% a day, why don't I set my stock at 10%? Because you really cannot help it. If the stock is going to lose 10%, before you know, it has lost the 10%. So you set your stop limit. And when you set your stop limit, please adhere strictly to it. Yes, you can sell and the price will go up. Forget and go. What if it's the other way? After you have, assuming that you sell at 10%, it has lost another 10%, another 10%. You know you are actually building a good portfolio. Then I will also want to advise us, when you are taking position, even within the equities, do a little bit of diversification. That means do not put all your money in all insurance stocks, or you put all your money in all the banking stocks, or you put your money in all the oil and gas stocks. No. Look for the best in each of these sectors. Look for the best that you think is the best in the bank. Look for the best that you think is the best in the building. Look for the best that you think is the best in the telecommunication. The same thing. So because as information are entering into the economy, it bounces back to the stock that are listed in the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Peradventure, you all your stock and oil and gas, and this OPEC and OPEC Plus as their wahala, and discover that price of oil has fallen back from $70 to $25. You are going to be strongly hit. So you still do a little bit of that participation, even while you are trading on equities alone. Sorry, I just saw some questions. Let me see whether I can use. They say, how do we start using this platform? All you needed to do, if you don't have an account with us before now, is to open a CSS account, because you can see that while I was to log in, apart from the CSS number, there was another in-house number that was given, which necessarily that field must be filled. If you have opened an account with us, we have an account with this side. All you needed to do now is to go to our website, www.globalviewng.com, and go and fill the GTrade access request form. The moment you fill it and you submit, somebody from the office will get back. We set it up for you, send you the login details. And the moment you log in, the machine will ask you to get your own login details and begin to use it. They say, how long does it take for withdrawal to manifest in bank accounts? First of all, I want to explain to you that the cycle of buying and payment in Nigeria is T+3. They call it DVP, delivery versus payment. So if you sell on Monday, the proceed will drop on Thursday. If you sell on Tuesday, the proceed will drop on Friday. So you can get paid on Wednesday if you sell on Monday. On Thursday, if you sell on Monday, you can get paid on Friday if you sell on Tuesday. Peradventure, you already have fund in your account that you want to do. That means you didn't sell. The moment you do it, that day you get alert. We do transfer directly into your bank account. So it now depends on whether you sold. If you have sold, then we have to wait for T+3. But if you have fund in your account that you want to withdraw, the moment we get that notification, the amount that you needed will be transferred to the designated bank that you put there. One, they say, can I authorize someone or an agent to manage this platform while I still have access to it? No. So that is why I told you, you can see that those fields, especially when you want to come in, it will send you an OTP. It cannot allow two logins from you simultaneously. It's either you log in or somebody else log in. And one of the things I also want us to know is that you will not necessarily log in only to trade. You can still log in here, monitor the market, and still give mandate, the regular mandate to a broker to trade for you. But you can see that you can check your CSCS, you can check your cash balance, you can check the market, you can have access to research, you can actually watch the market, you can see. Peradventure, you ask somebody to buy for you. You can actually be looking at the market and be telling, okay, that this 250 kobo I'm seeing, can you hit it for me? So it actually puts you on a very good frontier where you can determine exactly what happened as far as your portfolio is concerned. So it's not actually that you must use it to trade, but you can use it to monitor. You can use it to assess many things. You can use it to even assess that market. That market assess, that terminal doesn't mean that, like this one, doesn't mean that you must trade. But assuming that you want somebody to buy transport for you, and you can see the market by yourself. We have, you can see there are 12 bids, 20 million plus at 1 naira 2 kobo. If you are asking somebody to buy for you, you should be aware that the person may not get it at 1 naira 2 kobo. I hope I'm communicating. You might not get it at 1 naira 2 kobo. If you put 1 naira 2 kobo, that means your order will come and queue behind this. Chances are that because it's in high demand, you will not get it today. So it gives you that pedestrian where you can view a number of things. So I will urge everybody, if you have an account with us already, please go to www.globalviewng.com and go to GTrade access request. It's a form. Fill it, you submit online, and we set you up. Then if you don't have, you can also go to the same website, and you can fill account opening form there online and submit online, and we will set you up. Thank you very much. If there's any question, I'm ready to answer it. If you have a question, you can raise up your hand or you unmute yourself and speak. Hello? No question? Or you can type your question on the chat box, I will answer it. Except there are no questions. That means that everything I have been saying is understood. Hello? Unmute yourself. If you have any question, unmute yourself and speak. Yeah, the IT has posted to the chat box. You can see the link for both the GTrade platform access request and account opening form. You can just go there and click. It will direct you to it. And if there is no question, the market is about to close. This is 2:14. I think we will leave it here while I go and close with the market. And if you have any other question that may have will come to your mind after now, I'm putting my email address there. You can contact me through my email.
Hello, sir. I think there's a question on the chat box, sir.
Okay. Okay. I've just seen it. So can we open a CSA account online without visiting the office? Yes, now this has been displayed. Go to that account opening form and click on it. You will get it in the office. Say, please, if I already have the CSS for some share, but I need to convert my physical shares to another CSS account so that I can trade now. How do I go about it? If you have the CSS, one of the things I want us to know is that CSS account number are house specific, just as your bank account number are bank specific. The CSS you are having in another house cannot work in this house except you have open another CSS account with us. And if you open a CSS account with us, we can help you dematerialize your certificate into your CSS account, and you can trade with it. So that is what we can do.
Or intermediate transfer.
That's what we're here to do.
Is it?
So that is my email. Does this mean I have to transfer from one CS to another? What you can do, really, you can transfer your CSF from your present house to our house if you so desire, on one hand, or on the other hand, you can open an account with this house, sell what you have there, bring the fund here on another hand, or you do it a member transfer. I've also put my number on the chat. That is my number, that is my email. If you want to reach me after now, like I said, this is 2:17. The market will be closing 2:30. By 2:20, it will enter pre-close adjust. If there are no other questions, please take note of the email and the number. And if any other question pop-ups in your mind, just feel free to give me a call or feel free to send me email. I want to take out this time to thank you people. Thank you very much for taking your time to turn up for this presentation this afternoon. I'm 18 people. We were about 20-something before. It's just that maybe some of them have gone to trade. I'm really grateful, and I believe that this nascent relationship we are going to go to will be mutually beneficial. And we also believe that as we begin to interact, because we are still going to do this at another time. This is not the first time we are going to do it. We'll be doing it monthly, and that as we begin to interact, that we are going to benefit in this market. God bless you.